Okay, so I guess kind of moving on, can we talk about Brink maybe a little bit more?
Yes. Okay.
All right.
So, well, what excites me is I've already. I mean, we literally put up this splash page less than 24 hours ago, and I've already gotten emails from a series of people on like the old teams that were kind of the stalwarts of the enemy territory Quake Wars competitive scene, and it seems like everyone is completely chomping at the bit for a solid team game that isn't Counter-Strike. That thirst for the objective-based team play is definitely there. So I'm really excited for Splash Damage because my hope is that there were definitely some issues, almost I would call them growing pains in Quake Wars, where if you played the beta, you really didn't get the full experience. It took a while for them to get some of the bugs sorted out, but once they did, it was a really solid game. There were still some issues where you could see that it was their first attempt at a major title. What I've seen and heard about Brink, because we actually had a nice experience at QuakeCon, Splash Damage featured, sat us down and let us sit down and play the game, and we can talk about that in a second. But I feel like my hope is anyway that in the final product, all the things that they seem to have learned really come together for them. So I'm excited.
Indeed, yeah. It's FPSs. When it comes to esports, FPSs are such a tricky thing. You can't really call them until a year or two after they've been around, obviously. But for Brink, like you said, we did sit down and play it. My one real complaint with that is we sat down on computers and they gave us Xbox 360 controllers, and we're like, hey, there's a mouse and keyboard right there.
I know.
That's how you open the console. Just let's hop down. We're all PC gamers here. Let's just play it out. And they're just like, sorry guys, we just want to show you how cool this Xbox 360 controller is.
Yeah, they were demoing the consoles. So
yeah,
it kinda sucked.
I mean, it's a good console experience. That's there. It felt really nice. It felt good
it did.
Guns felt nice. The action was cool, and there was a very good flow of battle. And I think there's a lot to be said for that. Like, it's sort of something you don't really think about a whole lot in like Quake type games, but for objective type games, like having an interesting like flow, kind of like there's always like stuff going on. You're going different places and you're doing different things. It's pretty fun to watch, and it's a different type of like kind of like commentary and a different type of like spectating experience. You see different things, and like I don't know, I kind of like the difference. I really like watching Quake games. Obviously, Quake shoutcasts are some of the most popular shoutcasts online, but I really hope that like people are willing to give something else a chance, and that being, if that's Brink, I really think that could be a cool game to watch.
We actually might be going live with this, guys. Let me run the rosters real quick so we can kind of get centered on the game, and then we'll banter a bit more. Looks like we're going over to Ironworks. It's always a good start. Sort of a staple there. Zed, Forecast, Weird, and Xerius showing up, and we actually, I think, had an extra. Oh no, we didn't. No, we didn't. Okay, so we've got ID, Dehang, GWC, and Vjuice coming in for EG on the blue team. So that'll be a beautiful. I don't know. We'll have to see how this turns out, because if you take a look at these pings, this is going to be the scary thing for these poor European players. We're looking at an average of probably about 115 or so ping, 130s, 140s for two of these European players, Zed and Forecast, and then we've got about 100 ping for Weird and Xerius. So serious delay for these guys, and we'll have to see how it goes. Where are the real Euros? Clock says. Actually, you know what was an awesome stream, and I really want to give them props, was what DreamHack put together. Holy shit, for this invitational. Did you watch that, Matt? Did you watch any of the DreamHack invitationals?
I didn't. I don't really watch live streaming.
Oh, that's right, you can't, because your fucking internet sucks. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I don't know if you're familiar with like 56K modems, but that would be a luxury if I could get a 56K modem, install it, and just get a constant bit rate.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that would be an improvement. Okay.
It legitimately would be. I've done the tests. I'm much slower than 56K.
Anyway, this match, this invitational, was absolutely ridiculous. First of all, amazing matches, and you had James Too Good Harding which is should be a known name, anyone in the Quake community. He was actually in a suit with a little vest. I mean, it was kind of weird because I'm used to seeing him with you know, a t-shirt and a big hairy mop, and he was all dressed up and he was hosting the thing. It was just a great event, absolutely amazing production quality. But that being said, we are going live, and there we go. We are live here on Ironworks. Let's focus on this event. We'll talk about the other one later. We've got the Europeans on the red team. That again is going to be Forecast, Zed, Weird, and Sirius. And then we got Evil Geniuses on the blue team. And right now in the opening we've got we have Weird. Looks like he's going to be holding down the fort. He does have a med kit. Getting burned off a little bit by that plasma. He's pretty weak. VG comes in from the back and tries to make his way out. He's going to get pinned a little bit. Darts back and looks for another exit. And how good is his timing? Let's see if he gets spotted. And there we go.
People are predicting a blowout on IRC.
Well, considering the ping differences, I mean, I can understand it. We have Viju almost home, and he's pretty healthy. Didn't even have to use his med kit. That is cap number 1. And he hops right back over for the red armor.
This may be a quick game.
Indeed it may be. So we got now ID, of course, sort of the venerable flag runner for Evil Geniuses, and his movement is something that you know, rivals the likes of Lincoln, I would say. And he will be able to bring home the cap safely. I'm going to hop around a little bit. It looks like we got a two-pronged attack. We got Dehang following up this attack by Viju to keep that pressure on. So even if Viju dies here, he has to use his med kit. And he's lined up against 2. Oh, look at this from above. Gets a little bit of an assistance. And this will be cap number 3 in just the opening 2 minutes of this matchup. Now, don't forget, guys, we do have another match that we can hop over to. Whoops.
That is...
Yeah, it's quick. Quick and deadly. EG is not messing around tonight. I think it's been interesting because usually they have buys in this first round, so I guess they're like, oh, well, let's, you know, get it over as quick as we can, and we can go spend our time the way we want. Nice return there, though, but there's ID immediately with a pickup, so he will keep the flag run alive. I don't think, have we seen a touch by EU? Let me hop around here. Yeah. Oh wow! Look at ID getting the ability to bounce, and he's doubling back, rocket jumping, trying to get past Yeet again. This time with, oh my god, he even got the kill. 23 health, 20 armor, and he will bring it home for cap number 4. I mean, that was sort of a ridiculous long-range rocket shot fadeaway. But let's hop around and take a look at this red team. Struggling as they are with their 140 pings, it's a bit ridiculous. Now Viju is going to have the flag, and I don't know if he'll get home though. He does have regen, but he's missing weapons and ammo here. So, oh, there we go. That'll help. No rockets. He's got a bit of help. He's just cleared out. If he can get this kill, that's everyone. There we go. So he actually goes down finally, but he picks up defense, and excellent on the parting shot. But there's ID with armor ready to go. Now he is timing the red mega health. That lets you know just how often they are touching the enemy flag. When ID can time their mega health, not a good sign. We're about to see cap number 5. So yeah, GWC, I'm going to take a look from his point of view for just a second. I'm actually going to try to turn off my following stuff here. Yeah, there we go. We do have a flag pickup, but I want to see what kind of pressure GWC is under. He really didn't suffer a lot of damage there. Let's head over to the flag carrier, making his way across center. It's Viju. He's got help. He's clear. And this will be a very quick map, I think, ladies and gentlemen. For those that have just tuned in, this is the opening round. This is Evil Geniuses facing off against the European pickup team. And it's not going well for the Europeans, although Viju's about to get a free cap because his teammate just created in front of him, dropped him a flag. Good timing, good place to be, and that's cap number 7. Now, because this is going to basically end so quickly, we're going to stick with it, and then that'll still give us time to go catch the second map of Speechless. Oh, nice shot, Vika. Of Speechless and OMG. Because, I mean, this is literally going to be like a 5-minute, you know, series here, so 10 minutes total, good times. DeHank's bringing it home for the cap. And there is, let's count the caps here. 4 for Mr. Viju, 3 for ID, and 1 for DeHank. Very solid. No deaths for GWC. He only got attacked 6 times, I guess. Or perhaps he, got a lot of help. So guys, we're going to stick with this because, like I'm expecting, this is going to be a very, very quick series. And then we'll just head over to the second map of Speechless versus OMG. I will say this, if this is completely one-sided, you know, like say if EG gets a clear, you know, 5 cap advantage to 0, we might not stick around. But I do want to maybe watch this for, like maybe, you know, maybe 5 minutes or so, just to kind of see how it goes. Japanese castles, of course, an old CTF map from the Quake 3 days, and as we can hear, it has double power-ups. There's the opportunity for quad or regen to spawn, and they tend to cycle back and forth randomly. So you do have the potential to have a quad regen, a quad, or a regen. And as always, power-ups will spawn anytime between the opening 30 seconds and the first minute. So, you know, you have a bit of a random setup here. Immediately, within 23 seconds, we have ID on the flag and taking the armor out of the red base. He's got 2 guys to help him. Looks like DeHang will be running escort. Forecast will not be able to exit. Oh wow, they're even just gonna wait for the power up. Yeah, this is like, alright, we'll delay this cap. Viju's like, I shall support you. ID's like, screw you hippie, I got the regen. And away we go. We've got ID on the run. Let's flip over to the other flag carrier. And it looks like we have a sort of a base trade, to borrow StarCraft 2 vernacular. Forecast is through. And he is home, but I wonder how safe home is. Oof. Yes, there's a shot in the ass. But he has made it into his flag room, which that's the one place they're going to look. Oh, and from behind, he gets he basically gets basted by 2 guys. And down he goes. That's cap number 1 in minute 24. VG with an immediate pickup. And just bounces his way past the red defense. That's pretty scary. The other flag has been returned, so VG just needs to bring this one home. And it looks like, again, he's trying to be sneaky in the corner there. Weeds are going to try to get away with all about 42 health. Not going to happen because the rockets, you know, that's one thing. Is if you're an HPB, as all of these European players are, then rockets are kind of easy to land against you because you can't dodge fast enough usually. So that's going to be cap number 2. And ID immediately with the pickup. So yeah, once again, guys, if we basically hit the 5-minute mark and it's a total blowout, we're going to switch over to the Speechless OMG game.
That was a set.
And that's cap number 3. Kind of a silent run there for ID. He didn't really face a lot of opposition. I'm curious if EG's going to start trying to manhandle both power-ups, because if that happens, I think we're going to see the score climb even quicker than it currently is. We've got regens up, and let's see if yeah, the other power-up just spawned. We got double regen. Looks like Zed's going to grab his, or rather, excuse me, Blue's regen, as Viju the carrier has reds. And he's got 2 escorts. Yeah, very nicely clearing the path. Let's follow Zed, see how far he gets. Smell impending doom. Oh yeah, that's just not good. You walk into two guys ready to rail. There's one rail, and the regen will keep him alive just a little bit longer, as he has made it home. But I'm wondering again how safe home could be. You can see the rail, the rail marks hitting the floor just in front of him as he darts down the stairs. GGBC is waiting for the return, and there it is. Cap number 4. We're going to give this another minute, guys, and then we're going to head out if EU can't get anything on the board. Let's watch GGBC for a second and see what kind of pressure he's under. And we got Viju looking for an escape. He's on the way. Nice rocket jump. He actually will bypass at least one guy, if not two. Nice plasma setup there. Weird goes down. And we're going to see cap number 5. I think that's enough to call this one, guys. We're going to head off to another game. And we will pick back up with EG's likely stomping into the second round when it reaches that place. So let's see what games we got here. It'll try to take over as much as it can. All right, guys, we're gonna head into the Speechless versus OMG game, because we saw what was clearly a blowout by EG facing off against the Europeans. Sad to say. And on this one, ooh, this is good timing here. We've got ourselves a tie game on Ironworks. And ooh, they even called a timeout so I can do this. Setup stuff. Very nice. Thank you, CG. Blue. OMG.
3, 2, 1, fight.
Alright, so let's take a look at Mr. Green. He's pretty well stacked and in his base waiting the flag return. We definitely came in at a good time here. We've got Eminence, aka Fear, defending himself in the water. It looks like maybe he perhaps did a rocket jump to get that red. I don't know. He's pretty well armor stacked though. Or maybe he just came through the old-fashioned way using a teleporter. Either way, he is home. So I'm going to quickly see who might be running. Yeah, with Fear pretty well stacked. Let's see who might be running in to try to recover the flag. It looks like Blatrix is making an attempt. He does spot the the red armor grabber as he makes his escape through the water. So he should have timing, or at least pretty close timing, on the blue's red armor. We'll see if that comes into play in another 8 seconds or so. Fear switching up his spot, and now might be, there we go. He's in a little bit of trouble, but he's able to recover. A long time to wait for this red armor, though, so this could be potentially threatening for him. And we are in overtime, guys. 6-second respawn delay. So we are definitely in a perfect time to join this game in progress. This would then be the first map, I would say. And let's take a look at Mr. Green, see how he is faring. He's able to dart back and pick up his own Mega. Eminence remains stacked as well. So it looks like both teams are, despite the enormous respawn delay, as we are 3 minutes, almost 4 minutes into overtime. And just as a reminder as to how that works, the first moment of overtime, a 3-second respawn. Oh, we got a flag carrier down. Fear's moving into the position, and he will back into the flag in order to get the overtime cap for Speechless. OMG has just been taken down a notch. So we've got Effortless, Sparks, and Mr. Green and Wonko. I didn't want to bring up the scoreboard when I was doing that stuff, because we were clearly in a very nail-biting moment. But looks like we got Effortless, Sparks, Mr. Green, and Wonko for the blue team, and of course Speechless is the typical roster of Eminence, Blatrix, Stained, and Icelore. That's sort of their I don't know. Would you say tip-top lineup? I would guess. We decided we're going to try Justin TV. I know the quality isn't going to be as high as Own3D TV. That's one of the reasons why we love them so much. But we do want to give people a smooth experience, if not the highest quality as possible. So we're going to go live in just a few seconds here. This is going to be, I guess, the second map between Speechless and OMG. We saw an amazing overtime finish just seconds ago, we see Ice Lore out of the gate. I think it's a beautiful person to watch because Ice Lore, a sometimes caster on QLTV, is also a pretty damn good player. So we'll see if he can survive against the shotgun, though, here of Effortless, and he will not. So good defense there initially, and we've got this second round of armors coming up in about 5 seconds for each side. Sparks is in position, and of course this will set him up for the quad as long as it's not a 30-second quad, which is always possible. Yeah, he's got 200 armor as he comes in through here, and he's going to actually take this fight 2-on-1. You can see from above he's got a teammate, I think, railing down, but it looks like Ice Lore will be getting the quad damage. He's going to dart back to his own team's red armor and then make an attack. So we're going to follow this quad run. Sparks with the flag touch, though. We see him survive just barely, but not having timing on this Mega Health. He will probably die. Let's go watch the quad run for a second. And there it is. The flag's been returned, so we're going to continue to watch the quad run as Ice Lore picks up another one and another one. Beautiful rails at the end to finish that off. 8 health, and he gets overkilled by Sparks' rail in a bit of retribution. Either way, solid ending to that run. Still scoreless, though, as we round out the first minute and a half. Now I'm a little bit curious to see... I still don't understand why I have to actually hit a bind to enable the weapon bar too. I've never quite figured that out. Don't know what's up there. But and I definitely have it in my config about 8 times, but it doesn't work. I'm a little bit curious to see how OMG is gonna play, because I mean, we've got Effortless, Sparks, Mr. Green, and Wonko, and you know, a little bit curious about the whole teamwork thing, because Sparks, Effortless, Mr. Green, and Wonko, you know, I mean, it's a mishmash. What are you going to do? So, probably not going to see a lot of coordination out of these guys. I think I saw Sparks asking Wally to add his essentially pickup team at the last second here. So, playing off against Speechless. I mean, they clearly did pretty well on Ironworks. But we'll have to see how that pans out here on Siberia. We have the next quad going to Mr. Green. He gets a little bit of a damage ticked away by the splash, and he goes back for a plasma gun and decides to kill himself to hand off. Ooh, a very well stacked Sparks. Let's go watch that. Ice Lore's going to try to get away. He's about to die. Down he goes. And indeed, Sparks is rolling through here. 5 more seconds with this quad. And he does not get hit by a rocket. 1 more second. Quad's expired, but he still has a medkit, still has some armor. So 1 decent rocket against him. Nice support here. Blatrix is in trouble, but so is Sparks. He uses his medkit, and he won't get away from Stained, though. Very solid recovery of that flag. Good corralling, forcing Sparks back the opposite direction from where he wanted to go. Nice LG there. That was a nice little bit of a... very hard angles to hit there. And we have Sparks waiting out for that red armor. Very long to wait, but smart thing to wait, because as soon as he pokes his head out of into the center, he'll be in a whole lot of hurt, I imagine. Look at this. He's going to double back, and I mean, he got this. So I guess maybe this is his job, is just to sit on this red armor. Let's go watch something a little bit more interesting. Like Ice Lore getting a flag touch. Oh, and wow, look how open and this is. Talk about timing. Hello. Somebody cleared the map. That is ridiculous. Holy shit. It looks like Stained will be able to collect the cap, but we have nearly a double holy shit. Fantastic work there. Wow, the center was completely empty, and it looked like it was completely taken advantage of by Speechless, leaving OMG with their mouths hanging open. This time Sparks are going to try to do a repeat of what we just saw Ice Lore put together. We've got quad, and that is Mr. Green holding that quad. And Sparks will be able to tie us up here as we pass the 5-minute mark. Let's go watch the rest of the quad run. It's going to be Effortless, sporting his railgun. Doing so very solidly here. Problem is he does not have timing on this red, and will expire this quad if he waits this out. Although that might be the better choice, because only 70 health and no armor. Just defend yourself and take the other team's resource. So here we go. He's coming in, spotting. He spots one. He's definitely been detected. A little bit of a delay there. I think Latex is trying to get the best angle he could, but it hasn't come together. He has yet to really hit his shots, but it's going to be Stained again, standing at that teleporter exit, making sure the Effortless can't get away easily. Oh, and the Mega Health comes up. Effortless hits the shot that he needs to hit, and he's on the way out, ladies and gentlemen. Now that he has the flag, a nice rocket jump to switch up routes, and he makes it. Oh, just not quite around the corner. I thought he was going to make it, but what a beautiful pixel rail. Able to just barely stop that run. I mean, had he just turned the corner, had he had a teammate, had there been anything there to keep that flag run alive, we might have seen a cap. But no luck, no dice. Good attempt by Effortless, though. I'm going to switch over. Take a look at Monsieur Green. See what he's putting together. Looks like a whole lot of pain here for the red team, as he has also stolen their red armor. First initial rail on Ice Lore, but he will get double tapped by Eminence. I'm going to try to stop calling him Fear. Let's take a second. Let's hop around a little bit and see. Blatrix has been double teaming with Stained for defense. Looks like Stained's coming out to the center. We're going to hop over to the quad carrier, if I can. Is quad down? There it is. Okay, it was just not in anyone's hands. There we go. I was hitting my spec pickup bind. It wasn't working. There we go. So we got Wonko waiting out 15 seconds for red. That's gonna be a waste. Ice Lord says, "Fine, take your time. I'm gonna make this flag run happen." Sparks is gonna get under pressure by 2, and he takes them both down. Beautiful, excellent to keep the flag home. Sparks was the last line of defense. We got about 8 more seconds on this quad, and this might be upsetting in terms of the positioning here. Sparks will be able to get at least 1 kill. Maybe 2. Yep, there's 2. Icelor going to try the same trick, the same route, and he will kill Effortless without taking a whole lot of damage, but there it is, Wonko for the follow-up to get the return. You know, I think Icelor's maybe going to become a little bit predictable if he continues to run the let me do a rocket jump to vault myself to high. I think we've seen that in the last 3 or 4 times. Oh, and there's Eminence on stream failing the jump to Mega. Good times. But if he waits this out, 4 seconds to red. Oh, double team, down he goes. Red is just popped. Yeah, so Fear not with enough help to get out to center. We have a pause. No 999s that I see. Dude, for real, you're annoying. Quit fucking pausing. The 10th time, apparently. So apparently, Speechless, it does not feel they need to be speechless at all about their annoyance of pausing.
3, 2, 1, fight.
Alrighty. We are back underway. I'll try to watch Stain for a second. We've seen him kind of be the flag protection on this red armor side whenever a pickup happens. Let's see if that remains the case. It looks like he floats out to quad as it spawns. And he likes to be the guy to grab it this time. That's a bit interesting, considering his stack is shitty. Maybe it was literally just the best in the room. We'll see. Yeah, it must have been because he actually took that red armor. So kind of a weak quad attack, but he does have a med kit. And that's a nice initial rocket by Sparks. But it wasn't enough. Stain's still in the warpath. He's dodged the rail. And that's a great first pop. Oh man, look at their rocket coverage. Amazing rocket coverage by Mr. Green. This reminds me of Mr. Green when we saw him, I think it was just last week maybe, or maybe, no, sorry, the week before. The last CTF Spring Series. on Troubled Waters, he would string together an amazing number of rockets, and we saw that come into play just now, where he deftly controlled that, or denied that flag pickup, I should say, keeping the base safe for OMG. Let me go see who picked up this red armor. Sparks. Not quite timing the med kit, but it's close enough. And he's got about 40 seconds to work with until the quad setup needs to happen. He's able to dart into the yellow armor. It eats a lot of damage on the exit, teleport down he goes. So, you know, I think the setup, it's really going to take a quad that is fairly uncontested in order to get this flag home. Or, as we saw a little bit earlier, Species was able to find the center of the map completely barren of OMG players. Just brought it home.
You have the flag.
And quad, Icelo's going to be late to the party here. He's going to rocket jump to try to get there quickly, but this is he's definitely not set up. And down he goes immediately to Wonko's spam rockets that flood in. Sparks dodging 2 rails. I don't know if you necessarily call it dodging, but surviving 2 rails that just barely missed. He's got 100 and 100, so he's not even going to worry about getting the red armor. But he's going to walk into 1 rocket that takes his armor down. And hello, a railgun shot. Sparks is hurting bad. You looked the wrong way, buddy. Down he goes, or at least he will go down as soon as he exits the teleporter. There he goes. So let's watch Stain for a second. Stain's been again holding down the D here, doubling up with Blatrix. 13 and 13 are their respective. Make it 14 and 13 are their respective kills. And deaths rather, deaths. And we've got triple man LG action. That's a lot of shaft and a lot of asses. Sad but true. Let's switch around a little bit more here. I want to get a feel for how each position is being played. Apparently Mr. Green is the dive-bombing, suiciding LG guy. Wonko has a long way to go. 3 more seconds. But he did, in fact, steal this red, so this is a pretty critical moment. I haven't really seen a lot of offensive teamwork, though, in the last 10 minutes. So we'll see how this comes together. Let's watch Eminence, aka Fear, die to Mr. Green's railgun. Mr. Green also sported a 70% rail not too long ago. He's sporting a 60% now. And we're gonna watch Effortless on the run. Pretty solidly stacked too. That's a beautiful pair. Yeah, there we go. Rocket and rail damage to take down. Yeah, nice rail. Or miss a rail, Effortless says.
Excellent.
So let's see if Ice can break this entrance. Wow, yes he will. He's weak, but look at the door he's just opened up for his team. He needs to get his teammates in here to really press in. We can hear another battle going on. I'm going to see if Blatrix is kind of bringing up the caboose. Fear's in. Yeah, we got a massive push here by Speechless. They want this thing done. Oh, the rocket shot knocks the defender down. And Effortless is one of the last guys standing here to return this flag, plus a fresh spawn. So really solid 3-man push by Speechless, but they weren't able to bring it home. Great clear by Icelor. He did his job before he went down in a blaze of glory, but no flag cap. 1-1 remains as we pass the 14-minute mark. Yeah, we really are seeing a lot of steals of the red armors by both teams. A little bit sloppy, I would say.
Impressive.
We have what looks like the beginnings of another sort of pack run by Speechless, but it's cut short by Wonko hitting a beautiful shot. Isol gets revenge. "12 seconds to quad. This is an interesting time to be pressing in here." Oh, but hey, it's even more interesting to pick up their red armor and then go use it to kick the crap out of him with quad damage, right? Unless he can not kill Sparks and he dies to stupid shit. So, yeah, it's a bit hilarious, to be honest, how we've seen both teams have lost control of their red armor, it seems. Let's see if that completely remains true. But it has for the last couple pickups we've seen. Let's see who's running what. We got an attack in progress on the blue base, but I want to see, yep, we got Sparks as well. Not really getting the assistance that he wants. So, yeah, what I'd like to see, at the very least, is going to be a little bit of teamwork between Wonko and Sparks. I haven't really seen that happen too much. Yeah, we got 30 seconds to quad. Sparks waiting out for a weapon, and man, he's gonna need it. So we got, oh yeah, another three-pronged attack by Speechless. They are really putting the pressure on, staying from behind. He's gonna try to ninja this flag. It looks like he's been spotted though. And Stained will actually be the guy to finally touch this flag. We got Mr. Green though with an exit, 25 health, no armor. This is the first OMG flag touch we've seen in a while that didn't end immediately. Oh wow, missed timing on that Mega. Mr. Green's able to get one down, get two down, and the only guy chasing him has only a pea shooter, except for, oh wow, Fear with a rail probably off of the spawn over near the LG. Yeah, look at that. He's got 100 LG ammo, and oh no, he's got some extra rail ammo. Maybe not. Either way, very close to getting that. The closest we've seen that come to getting home in the last 5 or 6 minutes for sure.
Blue flag returned.
So Sparks on the way out. Doesn't have any armor though, so he might wait this out. Another 2 seconds and he will have a little bit more health armor to work with, but it looks like Blatrix has it timed. And that timing is the death of Sparks. So, yeah, again, you know, Sparks, I mean, how long was he in that base with getting no health at all? You know, that really worries me for this OMG team. Even if they're able to take away this map, I don't think that they're going to be able to survive. You know, later in the tournament, they don't seem to have their teamwork together. We got a flag run. Fear gonna try to get away. I gotta stop calling these flag runs. Flag touches. We got a flag touch. And the flag was very much untouched. Quad in about 2 seconds. Mr. Green darting in. A bit out of position. And he will die a very painful death as Stain will pick up the quad. Trying to defend himself long enough to get over to his red armor. It doesn't happen. So this is actually a pretty big deal. Except that Fear is there to get his revenge. And a nice follow-up with that final rocket. But pretty weak here as he runs this quad. Yeah, kind of a, I don't know, anticlimactic quad run there. He didn't really have the stack to do anything, though. And wow. I kind of lost track of time. It seems like we just passed minute 14 a minute ago, but it's a bit more than that. We're in overtime again, guys. 1-1. I guess I'm a little bit less excited about this than what we saw in Ironworks because it seems like the pushes aren't terribly strong. We've seen a lot of OMG sending in one guy with no help. On the flip side, though, we've seen Speechless send 3 and then get decimated, so I don't really know what to say there. That being said, we do have a 3-second respawn delay, and as I was going to explain the other map, rather, the way that this works is you get a 3-second respawn delay as soon as you hit overtime. A nice little quad run, Mr. Green, gonna get shot down. Effortless will attempt his run. And as you pass each successive minute, so we just passed 1 minute, now there's a 4-second respawn delay. So that means when you die, instead of just respawning immediately, you have to sit there and wait a whole 4 seconds before you can pop back up. So with each successive minute, you have to wait longer and longer, and it gets to the point where you could, if you killed everyone in a quick succession, have 8 seconds of free roam time with no opposition. This is especially keen when you kill the main base defender, because there will not be someone, there will not be that someone to defend for however long the respawn delay is, and that can be a huge boon to ending the game. So we're about to hit the 2-minute mark of overtime. Speechless versus OMG. This is the second map in which these teams have reached overtime. We are now under a 5-second respawn delay, 2 minutes into overtime. And we've got Ice Thor pretty much getting owned by Sparks' Ability there. Very nice work. Although Sparks is lacking when it comes to the actual timing of the red armor. Wonko going to try to make an exit. Does he have any help? No, because we know where Sparks is at. This time it looks like they're going to leave the flag there for a second. Assuming they can kill Mr. Green. There he goes. Down he goes. So Sparks now, can he use this advantage? We just saw a couple people die. Nope. Blatrix gets it done. So quad. This quad will probably end the game. We'll see. Effortless. Gets away pretty cleanly. And he got an excellent. So that's, he's facing off 4 against 2 here. Or fresh spawns, of course. Those are... We got fresh spawns. He's got all the time in the world here before those guys come back. He'll be long gone out of the base. This will end the game. Unless suddenly he gets railed twice or something. There we go. Effortless has done it. Beautiful quad run. Way to pick up a couple excellence and bring it home. So, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Speechless has definitely had their traps shut by OMG. And that will lead us into a tie-breaking map. And of course, we're going to have the instant VODs on this one as well. Alrighty. So here we go, guys. Troubled Waters is the tiebreaker between Speechless and OMG. And this could be really interesting because we've seen both teams go toe-to-toe, overtime both maps. It seems like the coordination is a bit better for Speechless, but OMG... despite their lack of, two-man pushes and whatnot, is able to hold it down. Opening 40 seconds, we got Blatrix. Holding down his space as we expect him to. looking for maybe a pop for some rails in the center, we might check that out. Now let's talk a little bit about this map, the way it works. There are no power-ups. There's a mega health on each side, as we saw in sort of the lower sewer area, if you will. And then we have a central yellow armor. I'm going to hop out to the center of the map, where Eminence just crossed. Down in the center of the map is a red armor. Head back over to Blatrix. I want to see how he's defending here. Under a lot of pressure, actually. He has to use his medkit. Sparks will go down, though. And it looks like there's plenty of support here for Blatrix, so that'll be a failed attack. But, you know, Blatrix is pretty weak here. He will have Mega, and then his armors will be coming up in about 10 seconds. But that's still a long time. I mean, if he gets attacked here, he only has about 200 health and armor, which is not much. So the way this usually works is you've got nice pressure here by Sparks. Is you pretty much give away the yellow armors to your main base D. Sparks will not be able to exit. Blatrix takes him down without really taking any damage. So that's actually a boo-boo by Sparks. I maybe would have maybe waited for a teammate or tried to output some damage to keep Blatrix weak, because as soon as this next cycle of yellow armors comes in, unless Sparks really lays on the pressure and like maybe hits a rail against Blatrix, Blatrix should win it just based off of having a much better stack. So here's one armor, here's the other one, and now Blatrix is the powerhouse, sitting at about 350 health and armor. So let's hop off of Blatrix. We're going to take a look at the center. I want to see how that's shaping up. Yeah, Sparks is able to... I think he got that red armor. Not quite sure, but it was taken just seconds ago. Wow. Kind of quiet in the center. That's really rare to see. I think we've gone a full 10 seconds and there's no one in the center. What the hell? Stained on the way out, 60 health. Hop back over to him if I can. Nope, he's already dead. Sparks will try to exit against Blatrix once again. Blatrix will win, but Sparks is really doing a lot of damage against Blatrix. Yeah, again, armors are just coming up. But the pressure is on now for Blatrix to stay alive. He's got a little bit of help. Yeah, it looks like he kind of made the call. Stick around, guys. I'm weak. Don't go running off. I might need you in order to survive this. Mega health for red is up, and has been so for a little bit of time here. Blatrix might miss out on it if anyone's coming through the water on blue. Let's see. Ooh, it's going to be close. Nope. Blatrix has it. He does miss the rail, though. Oh, good lord, we got a little bit of drama in the QL TV channel. Calm it down, guys, calm it down.
Uh-oh, what's going on? Is this something I should go check out?
Nah, it's no big deal. Rotten Rose is there, she can lay down the smack. We got Sparks trying to make an exit. This is actually the most coordinated run I think I've seen Sparks and Wonko do. They were actually on the screen at the same time. At least in the same area, so that's good.
There we go, teamwork.
I mean, I don't want to be too critical because, you know, they have taken a map off of Speechless, but yeah, again, you know, they do appear a little bit pick-uppy and don't quite have that teamwork down. Ice Lord, killing off Sparks before he can do any damage. Now Blatrix is hitting, very nice. Still scoreless as we've passed the 5 minute and now 40-second mark. No damage by Sparks. Blatrix will be very well stacked here. So let's go take a look at the blue team. I want to see what their D is looking like. Mr. Green's on deck with about 350, make it almost 400 health and armor, which is about as stacked as you can get. Loses all the armor in a blaze of glory. Well, I guess at some point they're going to attack, right? Right. Well, we'll see. Okay, so Blatrix now stacked to the teeth again. Aha! He found Fear hiding in the corner. Isn't it supposed to be the other way around? Fear finds you hiding in the corner?
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah.
Word pun.
Of course, it doesn't even work anymore. He's not even named Fear. He's named Eminence.
His name. He done switched his name.
I know, it's seriously, it's fucking me up so bad. Well, part of it is, it's so easy to say Fear. It's annoying to say Eminence. Like, I wonder if you just sat down and you said, ooh, Ice Thor, can you actually make it across center? No. Okay, never mind. Oh, but Stained might be able to. Holy shitballs, flag is down, flag is grabbed, Eminence. We were just talking about it. Oh. A little bit of Goomba action as Blatrix brings this thing home for cap number 1. There we go. That really, I think that took every single Speechless guy pouring on the +4 there. Nice attack by Speechless. Let's see if OMG can respond. And straight out the gate, Sparks takes the pro exit of the doorway where they just dropped down to. Never mind. Yeah, so very nice run by Speechless, but it literally took every single resource they had in order to get that home. I think that speaks to volumes. Let's take a look here. Effortless, 56% rail, 16 impressives. Not bad considering we're 8 minutes in. Jump pad, I like that. Yeah, very nice railgun accuracy for Effortless. Let's go watch. Green's still holding it down. Wonko in the water. About to choke on some air. Nope, there he goes. But he's definitely been tipped off and he's rolling through here. Hi, I'm dead. Okay. So, you know, where's the attack from ONG going to come from? Because I really feel like Sparks and Wonka, while they were able to get away in Siberia, I have some doubts about the ability to do that on troubled waters. You
have the flag.
Let's see how Sparks can do. 14 health as he enters center. Wow, Eminence with his back turned. Blatrix will get the return, but that could have been very painful had he been the only guy in the center at that moment. So who have we not watched here? Ice Thor. We haven't seen Ice Thor much. Stained, actually, that's pretty important. He took the armor just before he died, so Mr. Green will only have 150 health and armor added thanks to this. Oh, actually, he won't even have the armor. It gets taken. And, wow, he's way off with that rail. Hits the second one, though. Huh. Huh. Alright, I'm just going to make a mental note for myself. About 10 minutes in, I want to go look at something.
2 frags in 2 seconds.
What's going on here?
It'll be in my VOD if I notice something. We'll see. We'll see. That being said, Wonko not going to get very far. Doesn't have any support. Then he goes to Blatrix, who doesn't seem to be terribly hurt in that encounter. Nice rail by Blatrix. That's a beautiful pair. Sparks will probably die here. Oh, we'll take armor before he goes, though. So that's actually pretty important. Bladetrix won't have any power-ups for about 20 seconds. So now is the time, if ever there was, for Wonko to... Yeah, there we go. And Sparks to attack. Oh, Sparks, attack, attack, dude. Wonko's dead. No, Sparks. No, don't wait. Don't rail and center. You need to be going on offense. You need to deny this armor grab. Nope. Yeah. Nice flexibility by Speechless. They brought back 3 guys to keep the flag home while Bladetrix was restocking. And they left the 1 guy, Stained, to go on O. And it's working out. Yeah, decent damage done there. So, yeah, you know, good communication and flexibility by Speechless. Wonko not able to get the rocket smash, but actually might have gotten him pretty far here, considering Bladetrix was out of position. Let's go see if center was clear. Maybe. Maybe, yeah. That failed rocket jump may have been a lot more costly than expected. Bladetrix restocking, effortless in the center with a 57% rail. Let's watch that for a minute. And Sparks not able to get the torch jump. See if he can make his way out, though. He's just going to brute force his way out. Down he goes. Flag will be returned. So, you know, with 7 minutes remaining, OMG, I think, yet to get a flag across center. I think they've gotten like 1 out to center. They need to put something together pretty quickly. Nice shot. You know, I hate to say it, but I've always found it, I guess, morbidly satisfying whenever I'm railing here in the center and I'm standing next to a teammate and they're the ones that keep taking the rail damage. They're soaking up all the damage, letting me just take the shot. That's always fun. And part of me just sort of cracks a smile on the inside, just knowing that they died and I didn't. Of course, then I feel pressured. I have to make sure I hit all my shots. But I'm actually terrible with the railgun, so I don't do this very often. All right, Sparks, can you make the? Nope, I can't make the jump. Nice timing with the shotgun. They're upsetting the jump. Really, I mean, the smallest disruption whenever you are trying to make that torch jump is enough usually to throw the player off from being able to do it. So good defense, and you know, I like that they're using the shotgun or you know, something similar. It doesn't take a lot of damage, it doesn't take a lot of push to mess up that jump. So sometimes I feel like that's a bit more surefire because it's instant hit, it's hit scan rather than say a rocket. We got Stained across. But he will get railed off, and Sparks is there to get the return. Very, very close. Sparks says, ha! Wonko going to try to exit, getting swarmed by 3. Down he goes.
Impressive.
53% rail for Ice Lore. 5 minutes left to go. Oh, we got a flag run. Oh, flag touch, excuse me.
Blue flag returned.
I'm gonna watch Ice Lore a little bit longer. He seems to be really connecting a beautiful amount of rails here. Yeah. Oh, nice move around that nade. And I love the drop shot as he hops into the hole. Hits the rail. Very solid. So yeah, still 1 cap up here. Speechless is going to win this unless OMG can throw together some offense. on that note, let's see what they're putting together here. Wonka goes down. Sparks is in, but off timing, so Blatrix gets to deal with him one-on-one, and that's it. Let's again see how this gets put together. Wonka in center, 15 health, will probably die here. Yep. So now Sparks, see what he's putting together. Constant pressure. Does steal the armor, but Blatrix again getting the fortune to be able to face off 1 versus 1 rather than 2-on-1. And actually in this case it's 2-on-1, but in reverse because Blatrix has help. I think Speechless has realized, you know what, we can just need to, we just need to keep the pressure on. Oh, Mr. Green failing now. This actually might be a cap here because there's no one left in this base. Go over to Sparks, see if he can get out. 54. No damage dealt by the plasma. Stained is kind of taking his time to leave. Sparks might get home here. Yeah, this is a pretty bad situation for Speechless. I actually figured that Stain would be doing well because he, at the very least, and this is really, he has to get this kill. If he dies here, it's done. Sparks kills Eminence. Wonko now joins in the fun. There's the kill. And Sparks is able to tie us up. Wow. I really expected that to go the other way because we saw pretty much the entirety of the OMG team die or go offense and die. So, very nice. Again, these sort of Hail Mary plays by OMG are coming together and give us yet another tied game as we round out 18 minutes. And I am okay with yet another overtime, as these teams seem to be beautifully evenly matched. Let's take a look at Eminence. See what he can put together. Maybe the Hail Mary play to give it to Speechless. Not that time. Effortless maintaining. Yeah, it's become rail fest here. Let's take a look at a pretty good denial by Effortless of the rail 2 red. Very nice. Wonko getting a bit turned around here. Goes 2-on-1, down he goes. Ice Floor now taking armor. Interesting. He's wanting that second rail. Wonko gives it to him. 58% rail. Very nice, Wonko. And here, this really could be it. This may be the last big push of regular time. Hi, State. That is hilarious as shit, man. Stay away from the wall, dude. Yeah, Raffles indeed. He was probably just laughing too hard. Alright guys, 1 minute warning. Let's see if either team can get their meaty paws on a flag and try to bring it home, blood-stained and all. If this, indeed, the next 40 seconds becomes an overtime, we will have seen overtimes in every single map these teams have played in this series. Look at this, Stain just basically trying to put a lid on any exit. Oh, whoops. There we go. The lid's been pried open by Wonka's nades. 15 seconds to overtime. And I don't think either team is in position to really get a flag touch, let alone run. Wonka's going to do it with no armor. Oh, wait, Sparks is here. We gotta get past Blatrix, though. And Fear, as we hit overtime, is on the run. Let's see if anyone can figure this out.
Red flag returned.
Clear the way! Clear! Oh, I've been spotted. Enemy spotted! I don't know why, that was sort of like an Indian thing. It happened. Apparently, my German accent went a little further. Whoops, I don't know. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, Wonka's got the flag. Let's focus on that. And Wonko with a nice rocket smash. And Speechless with their backs turned. Holy shitballs, ladies and gentlemen. Wonko with a 4-second respawn delay timing will get the cap to put Speechless out on their asses. Mr. Green sparks Wonko an effortless advance. Very solid. Beautiful series of overtimes. 7 deaths for the defense. Very nice, very nice. And, yep, so we're going to hop in on EG. Facing African Smile, this may be underway. Let's find out. Yes, it looks like it is. Alrighty. Oh, wait, I did that. Whoops. Let's try blue. There we go. Alrighty. We do have a regen grab. We also have Brick on the run with the flag, and he is pretty safely home here. Wow. So yeah, looks like we came in at just the right time. We got a nice tied game. This is really working out well for us tonight with our timing of getting into stuff. All right, guys.
Butter.
Yeah. All right, guys. So we are definitely enjoying this beautiful Anima Gaming Spring Series Capture the Flag. This is week number 3, or CTF event number 3 in the series, and currently watching EG Smile. We're going to run the rosters in the lull. Here we got Fleischer, Brick, Waz, and Sean. Mr. Dahagi. And it looks like we got VG holding down D for Evil Geniuses. Where is Clampoke these days, I wonder? ID, DWC, VG, and Dehang for Evil Geniuses. And we got DWC on the way out. Getting railed and LG'd down. Nice little combo there between teammates. Brick running right armor for blue. %71% rail for Brick. As he defends ID pretty successfully there. Ate a bit of damage, but still got the job done. Oh. Oh, got fired for selling EG property?
Wait, what? That sounds like some trauma right there.
What, what happened? Does anyone know the details? Want to spill that in IRC? Of course, always take. Oh, he was selling mouse pads and shit. Oh, really? That's pretty funny. Well, that sucks. Because he was pretty awesome. How long ago did that happen? I don't really follow.
It's too funny.
Yeah, a couple of months ago. Okay. Well, that being said, actually, there's an event coming up that I'll talk about in between maps that Evil Genius's ID is putting together, which is going to be pretty awesome, I think. And we're going to cover it. Oh, let me see if I can get Fear in here, guys. The sound's going to cut out for a second. I'm going to wait for a lull. Nice. Alright.
Told for like 4 or 5 months. Nice. Ooh. Alright, people are starting to take sides here a little. Okay. Cool. These are heating up.
Yeah. So yeah, Clamp apparently was also disrespecting other teams. Yeah. Various reasons. I guess maybe they could say irreconcilable differences.
I feel like there's some rumors going on. I kind of would be interested to hear the full story. I'm not sure. Maybe he's just a mouse pad selling, dirt talking Quake player. I mean, that doesn't sound out of the ordinary. That sounds like most Quake players right there.
If you're going to toss that to you in the QLTV channel, it's something different. I tossed it to you in IRC. Yeah, so we do have a regen run. Fleischer, let's see if he actually takes this on now. Yeah, he's gonna. I like it. I like it. It's living dangerously. And he will actually have the full regen as he enters. And fails the rocket jump. Whoopsie! But he'll see if he can ninja his way out. ID's gonna lay a rocket down on him. And down he goes. Okay. So I think with that rocket jump mishap, that really kind of changed the dynamic of that particular run. It could have been pretty fantabulous, I would say. That being said, Fear, or Eminence, sorry, eventually I will call you Eminence without calling you Fear first. My guess is that was a pretty frustrating game against.
Pretty pathetic.
Yeah.
We had no D.
Yeah, and I was actually, well, a little bit more surprised that you were having to send 3 guys on O to get the flag done.
Yeah, dude, what was that? Come on.
I don't remember that.
Yeah,
I don't
like.
remember pushing 3 because we didn't have any D, so we had to have D on D all the time.
Well, there were definitely some moments where you had three players making a press in. So.
We tried a few times and it got messed up because I've never played such a defensive heavy team in my life. That was pretty pathetic and annoying, as you said. But it is what it is. They're
That is
gonna
what it
get
is.
dismantled, I think, next round by Clock's team. They're not going to be able to play that style and get away with it.
Well, the biggest thing is that Sparks and Wonka weren't really working well together. It was more the times when they got a cap where they just sort of naturally happened to show up together, and and it was advantageous.
The only person they had on offense all game was Wonka. Everybody else was on defense.
No, Sparks was on though.
Every time I went to their base, I saw Sparks.
Excellent.
Green
Yeah,
and
that's because he was dying a lot. He was just suiciding, so he was a fresh spawn.
At least in Ironworks in Siberia, I remember him just standing at red and LG, and just staying there all game. So, but other than that, it was 3D until CTF2, and CTF2 is just who can camp mid the hardest and longest. So. I don't know, but like I said, when they play that defensive heavy, and they're not going to be able to run against a team that's so offensive heavy like Clock's team. We didn't have enough to stop them tonight.
Although
Do you think
it's going to be Raffaless. C9 doesn't have Rafa, but they do have Zeal.
Oh, Zeal's good defense.
Yeah, I mean as replacements go.
Good trade-off.
Well, I actually have a question. Do you think it's going to be interesting to see kind of the dynamic of a defensive heavy team versus an offensive heavy team, or do you just
I
think
think
that?
they're not going to be able to cap once, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
They're going to completely shut out.
it's going to be it'll be pretty crazy. We'll see how that goes.
Let's see how it goes. All right.
I think that they'll be able to cap, but maybe not.
Who do they have? Clock, Zeal, 04, and who's the forward? Is Jones? I think Jones.
I think Jones is playing tonight.
So you add the rail of Jones in there, and you got I think 04 and let's see, Clock will be running offense together. Jones will go on the rail heavy D and LG heavy D.
Oh wait, Fear, your volume is a little bit low. I don't know if you can crank yourself up a little bit.
It always is apparently. I don't know if you can change that. If you could point me in that direction, I would definitely do it.
That's all good. Alright, so we got a nice little regen battle here. We got Brick will come out on top.
Yeah, I've got my microphone volume all the way up, but the little green bar lights up only halfway. Makes no sense.
What about in Skype? Are you maxed out there too?
That's what I'm saying. I'm on Skype setting.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well, I don't know, man. It's all good. Don't worry about it.
I would worry about it.
Yeah, I wish Skype allowed you to set individual volumes per person and save them.
Probably need to do like the +20 boost or whatever, as bad as that is, and then just put down your volume a bunch.
Yeah, hit the gain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, then make sure you lower your volume before you do that.
Yeah,
'Cause
a bunch.
It will be. Yeah, if
Will
you do
kill
that, it
everyone
will destroy our
listening.
ears, and I will kill you. In fact, why don't you not worry about it now? We'll test it later. Good? Good. Okay. Alright, so we have yet to really see a successful flag run since the cap that got us off of a tied game. EG still leading Smile, but not by much. Plenty of time for this thing to swing back.
I don't mean to alarm you guys, but there's a lot of emotions in the IRC chat room right now. There's a lot of emotions.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it always goes.
Indeed.
And we got 5 seconds to regen. Viju holding it down, giving the regen over to ID, who will have the red armor to work with. And this actually could be pretty massive now that he has rockets. He's got movement options as well as the ability to plug holes. Hopefully, like that one in his head caused by the railgun shot. Nice dodge of that first rail. He's able to get the kill against Sean. But pretty weak here as he rounds the corner. Takes out Brick. Oh, beautiful square rocket. Trying to get the kill before he goes down in the blaze of glory, but did so much damage there. That was a nice way to end that. You could see how he was trying to survive just long enough where he could do exactly, well, not quite that, but you could see how he put immediate pressure back on. Very solid play. And now Viju actually has a pretty good chance to escape here. He had help. And he is away. Wow. So with Brick back, and Viju holding, we have ourselves a nice little standoff. And we hit the 18-minute mark. Nice work there by Viju. Let's go check on the other carrier. It's Brick, and he's not nearly as well stacked off. At least as far as health is concerned. Viju has almost no armor, though. And he will not see his red for another 3 seconds. No railgun shot came in, and then you can see his red armor is danger zone there. It's been taken. So now Brick is a bit better off. Viju is forced to... looks like I guess he used medkit and picked up another medkit. Now has yellow armor, but still very weak here. Has to force a fight against regen. Fleischer will go down, and Viju will rely on the regen to stay alive. Now finally he can recover his red armor. Spams the spawn, and down goes Waz. Oh wow. Base is far from safe. Medkit used. Regen in place. Viju survives. That was fantastic. Nice hesitation, got communication, and defended himself from the attack from above. Very solid defense. And he's going to pop back out here again. He wants that... oh. Nice. Wow, Waz didn't even get a shot back off. That's ridiculous. Brick, sitting pretty. Viju's been under quite a bit of pressure here. Smile needs to do something quick, though. 15 seconds, and this is all over. 10 seconds. Viju's just trying to survive. He's got 100 health. He gets railed off really quickly. His entire team has surrounded him. 3, 2 seconds. Oh, 58 health! And that'll be the timer, guys. EG will take it. But, just barely. Just barely. The pressure was on. 72 kills. Fucking Christ. That is awesome. Good job, Viju. Are you, at all surprised at how, I guess, close that was? Fear?
They've been lacking a lot on CTF 7 and CTF 8 lately, so that's been it. Because, you know, CTF 7 used to be their huge map, and for some reason, I don't know, I think losing Clamp was a huge shot to them.
Yeah.
At least for that map.
Yeah. And well, and then on top of that, you've got Fleischer's here this week. I think that he's been MIA for a couple of these.
Yeah.
So, you know, Smile's able to sport their kind of keen lineup.
And apparently GWC doesn't have much experience on there. That's what ID was saying, but I think
I don't know about that. I mean,
I think I've seen him play there a lot, but I think a lot of people can say GWC isn't as close to the skill level Clamp was on defense. He's got good aim, but he doesn't have the mindset that Clamp did. But
right.
I think losing Clamp on those two maps really hurt them a lot. So I think that's why that map was so close. But I think this might be a little bit more of a spread because I know EG is dominant here, especially with ID running offense.
Yeah.
He's got some sick tricks here, so.
In fact, we're going to switch over. I want to see who's getting that kind of initial run here. We got ID immediately on the flag within 22 seconds. And getting rocketed off. We will try to lay the smackdown on Brick. Able to collect both of those 50s, but actually can be really important. Even if he dies here, it's going to be very hard. Yeah, he's just laughing. It's going to be very hard for Brick to... well, I guess... he wasn't as hurt as I thought he was. Never mind. Never mind. It's like, oh, there's someone in my base. Oh, let me guess. Ooh, a nice two-pronged attack here. Dehang has joined the fray, but he will go down pretty quickly. Pretty weak. And it looks like Brick called back everyone on the blue team, pretty much, to defend since he was kind of in a bad spot. So yeah, good communication there. Nice. Oh, denied. ID defends himself with 16 health. Let's see if this gets called out, his approach. Hi. Alright, so let's take a look and see what sort of center setup we have. 80%. Oh, boo, VG. Back to 70% rail for VG. Waz, not so much, about 40%. Wow. Pretty wide misses there by ID. That's uncanny. Unusual.
He's been using my config for a few days now, and I don't know why, because it's absolutely terrible.
And Waz unable to make the torch jump. Will just get out the old-fashioned way, but he may go down to the Nubulit's grenade spam. Nope, looks like he'll survive that. Now he's got to figure out a way across center. Oh, you asshole teammate. Shooting him past the yellow armor he needed. That's pretty funny. Alrighty. Those shenanigans are over. Fleischer's going to try to get out. Nope. DWC is waiting up top of all places to get the railgun shot. Hang's not even turning around to fight. He's just running. That would have been nice had they been able to pilfer the mega, but no dice.
Blue flag returned.
Nice timing on red for ID. Let's see if you can put it together. Nice to hang. So we're about 4 minutes burned away in this matchup, and ID is just stacked up pretty nicely. Should have an opportunity for a pretty big attack. I'm going to try to stick with him. Wow, 2 reds. This is enormous.
Oh.
This is so rare.
Yeah, I come back to ID, just stacked out the freaking balls. Alright, yeah, he's pushing in now. Hopefully he gets some help, but Dahang just went down right behind him. He might one-man them.
Yeah,
Hi,
I
Rick.
mean...
I have nothing but a rail. I'm going to miss everything.
Yeah, I know. His aim's been off,
wow.
man. He's got a 54% rail, but the last couple times I spec'd him, he's really off. He did almost no damage there, and Waz just made the jump. I mean, this might be a cap. This really might be a cap. Sean's like, wait a minute, I have the flag, holy shit. I was just coming out with my railgun to try to help. Alright, yeah, that will be a cap. Good lord.
ID missed like 8 rails in a row and he still has a 50%.
I guess that's all he's using or something.
Why? Because he's going water and shooting people in there. That's how he got it up.
Yeah.
The dry land, he couldn't hit one.
I know, seriously.
Impressive.
Well, I guess you don't lose your sea legs.
Yeah. He's gonna sit here and grab another red. First one got burned away. Oh wow. He's doing a good job of denying reds, but he's also doing a great job of sucking on face rockets, so that's kind of an ugly trade-off.
Well, we got Sean pressing in here. Let's see if this amounts to anything. I heard someone out here.
Oh, he's missing rails just like I would. It's all in the config, I swear. They're running the straight line and you can't even hit them. Like, it's all the config. He's doing a great job on the water, but a quick flag touch there for Brick able to bring it back.
Yeah, I'm actually watching Sean here as he presses in. He's got Fleischer with him. Fleischer's got the flag, still supporting. And ID will get the return, so he finally hit the shots he needed to hit.
I think Viju's hitting rails for ID. They just traded. They traded. Viju gave ID his rockets, ID gave Viju his rail. How about that?
And how do they still have 50% though? I really wish we could see the damage per weapon. And like the shots fired, you know?
Yeah. Wow. Freaking MG dominating everybody. And he can't hit the 2 rails in the water. Oh man. Beautiful. ID. We got 1 in water for red and I can't watch anymore. I'm switching. I can't watch ID anymore. Alright, Dahang. Let's see what Dahang's doing. He is in the blue base. He has the flag, has an escort. Good distraction. Rail is missing. He is up high right. Hopefully mid is nice and clear for him when he gets up there, but it is not.
Waz is almost on the way out, too. So, Dahang's pretty hurt. Flag will be returned here. Oh, flag will be returned here. The other flag's been returned as well.
Pro tip Dahang, strafing makes you go faster. So Dahang getting sussed off again. Let's see. ID with all the kills though. He's getting he's in high 20s now, and Viju has a lot of deaths for a defensive player there. But I know how mid is here.
Yeah.
The last game he's gonna stand still and rail and he'll probably win. Waz just got denied in water by Viju, but got the blue balls of death in the water. That's always fun.
Yeah, Fleischer's kind of holding down the center roll, doing pretty well with a 56% railgun accuracy.
And Waz up by 3 there down low at the front YA of red base.
Excellent.
He is all alone.
Oh.
On a timeout.
999 for Brick. That's pretty important, given his role.
Prepare to fight. 3, 2, 1, fight.
In fact, I'm going to take a look at Brick. Really solidly stacked. Waz again, this time missing the jump. But he's got help and a beautiful rocket across. And this will be cap number 2 for Smile in just a few seconds.
Oh, holy crap.
No! Waz almost said to relive a QuakeCon moment there. But in reverse.
Yeah. And not exactly in the most critical settings or stages. But...
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my god, Waz!
Wow.
Oh my god. Did you see those air rockets?
Dude, yes. from another angle, yeah, it was nice.
Oh. So Waz has a good time here on the front wire of red base. Does land a rail onto brick, but that's all he has is a rail. He cannot push in, no rockets, shotty, anything. And he's gonna go sneaky. And he's what? The base is completely empty until he comes back and rails him twice. He just says, "No, sir, my flag stays here."
Not exactly. They've gotten away with it twice. As you've pointed out,
For the time being.
VG has died an extremely large number of times. GWC has only died 7, but not always. Yeah, I mean, it looks like GWC's kind of playing. Like, is that? Did they sort of change that up? I guess maybe they changed that up, or somehow GWC just isn't dying often enough. Either way, they need to put together 2 caps. And they only have 9 minutes to do it in. And on troubled waters, that ain't much.
Yeah, I like the switch. I think putting GWC in mid, because his rail is really strong. That's a good idea. And Viju is obviously a monster in base, so... This should be a much stronger trade-off here.
Well, GWC's having a hard time hitting anything. He went from almost a 40% rail to a 35 in a series of about 6 missed rails. So yeah, this doesn't really seem to be the normal EG we have come to know and love. They seem to be a bit off tonight.
Well, they have not played together in a long time, and Dahang has been way too focused on TDMs. He hasn't done any CTF in 2-3 AG Cups ago, so it's been a few months for him. And Viju goes down. I think was he pushing there? I noticed GWC took the red, or the YA and base. And it seems like the Hang's having a little trouble here as well. He can't really land a lot of shots here in mid. But ID is in. I think he's railed. Not going to get very far. Does land a rail on brick though while he's there, which is always helpful.
Yeah, but I mean, where's the pressure? You know, the typical EG pressure that we've
lands another rail.
kind of known. You know,
Peeking and railing. Oh, there's another one. It's actually a nice shot. But yeah, he doesn't have anybody pushing in with him. He's landing all these rails on the brick, but he can't get that the backup that he needs.
well, let's watch. I'm gonna watch Waz for a little bit here. I'm sure he's about to get a face full of plasma.
Nice rockets here from Viju. Nice rail as well to take him down.
Yeah.
And Dahagi a little bit late there, but does land a rail on the Viju before he goes down. So Viju is not too terribly stacked, but still in great shape. Looking at 130. Oh wow, taking another rail. It looks like he's pushing here, and I think GWC is going to switch on D.
Yeah. Might as well kind of cycle the armor and try to make it useful. Oh wow, ID now messing up and getting slammed by rails as he tries to make his exit. I guess I can't really call it messing up. I think he got shot as he was trying to make his move. But either way, you know, we're just not seeing the smoothness that we've grown accustomed to in watching EG.
Yeah, BG did a great job laying down the damage there in the base. You know, protecting his team there, but he was up against three players from, what is their name? Is this Smile?
Yeah.
Yeah, three Smile players on D there that fell back and did a good job railing them off. So seems like Smile's bringing the accuracy and the intensity, and EG's kind of lacking a little bit. But expect VG to push here, maybe in a few seconds once those YA spawn again and let GWC take over D. He's landed a few rails in mid here, taking a few as well. Still has a nice stack. Hopefully he can. Oh yeah, he is gonna fall back.
Yeah, it looks like GWC is pushed out to center. And EG only has 5 minutes to put something together.
Waz able to get that red. It looks like EG all die. They all spawn back in the base. So Waz has a clean red going through the water, and nobody knows he's there. So it's turning into something. I'm expecting Sean to come in high here soon. Oh, Waz doubling back for that med kit.
Yeah.
Don't drown, big. Don't drown. Oh, that's 50. That 50's there, so.
Oh, here's Viju on the way out. We'll go check on Waz as soon as he picks up the flag.
Viju's across? Yeah, Viju is
Yeah.
across. So Waz alone in that base. See what he can do.
Oh, we got Waz and Viju facing off. Carrier against carrier. Waz getting hit twice. Forced to use his medkit. And the other Fleischer
wow.
has killed Viju, so. Wow, that was a huge rail from ID. Because that was a nice attempt in order to get a massive amount of speed to bring that flag home. That being said, 4 minutes. That entire exchange burned away a minute. Only 4 left. Fleischer. That's perfect. Oh, that's such a perfect rocket jump. Yeah.
ID was in the blue water too, so that was a man down there for EG, so that's going to allow them to catch one more time. Making it 3-0.
Yeah.
So just past the halfway point, we're looking at 3-0. EG down after taking the first.
Oh, we're well past the halfway point, man. 16:30, bud.
Oh wow, I'm thinking 15. My bad. I'm hungry.
What have you been playing Quake 3 Duel or something?
No, I got home from class at like, I don't know, 5:30, and I haven't eaten since.
I got you.
Yeah. So yeah, a little mess up there from ID. I guess just good timing from Smile pushing in and getting that flag, so leaving EG a man down to guard against that flag run from Fleischer. But I didn't see Fleischer. I'm sure he did that nice rocket jump that made you in shock and awe that much. But yeah, EG is just getting outplayed right now. Really outsmarted and outplayed. I don't think the D transitions between GWC and VG are going as smooth as they thought it would. And Smile is doing a great job just holding down mid right now.
Yeah, of course, I feel compelled to point out that earlier in the night, EG showed up and they were like, what's this? We don't have the first seed? Well, perhaps they weren't so far off. But yeah, GG indeed. I don't even think EG will put this together in 2 minutes. If it was Ironworks, maybe. But Troubled Waters, not so much.
I don't know. I don't know about Ironworks either, given how EG's been doing there.
Yeah.
I can honestly say I'm surprised they won the last map though, given their struggles as of late on this map. And VG looks like he's lags back there for a second. I think
2 frags in 2 seconds.
oh, do we know what the tiebreaker is? Because if it's Siberia, then but I highly doubt it with these two teams. Both these teams hate Siberia.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be Castles.
Yeah, probably. That should be a good game though. So a 4-man push here coming from EG. Hopefully they can put in the damage, do the work. But 3 caps in a minute is it's kind of hard.
Tall order,
no matter
man.
what map you're on.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
Especially with Fleischer getting away with a med kit and Mega before you even get the flag in your hands. Oh, VG got stomped.
Railed right before he hit that wall to rocket jump and just kills himself because of it.
I think Fleischer might just burn. No, he's actually going to try to make it across center. Yeah, that's it. It's done. Because, you know, with Fleischer basically delaying another 20 seconds, it's not enough time. So 3-0, Smile's gonna take it, shutting out EG on Troubled Waters. This has to make Fnatic smile, or punch themselves in the balls, considering that this is the place where EG always gives them trouble. I imagine they are very happy to hear that Clamp OK won't be at QuakeCon.
Oh, he will be at QuakeCon, just not with EG.
Well, yeah, I was about to say, with EG. Do we know where Clamp's going to surface?
Say what?
Do we know where he's surfacing? What team he's?
Yes, he is. He's actually sponsoring his own team.
Okay.
He told me that he is taking his QuakeCon winnings from the past 2 years, and he's going to sponsor a European team. And he's going to be actually going over there soon. I think 2 or 3 months
No
before
kidding.
QuakeCon. So in the next coming month or two, he's going
That's
to be
awesome.
headed to Europe. Yeah, and he's going to be with Solar, Calypt, and Blade.
Oh,
Well,
Jesus
so-
Christ. Wait, no, is it CTF?
Yes.
Alright, in software, if you happen to watch what we do, that should be your answer about what needs to be played at QuakeCon.
Yeah, Clamp is
Now,
saying if CTF isn't
vote passed.
isn't played at QuakeCon, it's going to be well. First of all, it's going to be a lot of wasted money, and second of all,
Yeah.
it's going to be the ultimate facepalm because that is a sick team, and they dominate. Apparently, according to lots of sources, they dominate Fnatic every time they play them. So that actually no, they not them in particular, but without Clamp, I don't know who their fourth used to be. You know, Solar, Blade, and Calypt, but they're an insane CTF team, and I really hope to see them there because that is going to be a cool thing to watch, along with B-Face. If we can get B-Face there too, that would be amazing.
Yeah, that would
So
be
that's a
amazing.
tall order as well. The European teams are always it's always tough to get them there.
2 hits.
Man,
Impressive.
if they have CTF this year, it's going to be pretty epic, without a doubt. But those are Clamp's plans. Yeah, I kind of hope they follow through.
Yeah, that is pretty awesome.
Prepare your team.
Alright, guys. We are going live in this tiebreaker. Tiebreaker. Took me a second. Smile versus EG. And Smile just dominated EG on Troubled Waters. We are now in Japanese castles, where, as we saw earlier in the night, we're going to be witnessing double power-ups, quad and regen, spawning at either end of the base. It's sort of this outside garden area. There's a jump pad near the railgun, and it's kind of an interesting little area. This little caged room, if you will, very Japanese style room. Sean with the first flag grab. Looks like we got a quad and regen split. I'll see how those split as soon as this carrier either dies or gets through. Looks like it's going to be quad for the red team, and DeHang uses it to put down the carrier. We'll just follow the quad carrier here.
Impressive.
I don't know what it is, man. I intentionally stayed up late the last couple of nights so I could, you know, not be tired now. I'm exhausted. What the fuck? Dude, I was up until 4 in the morning 2 nights ago. Good times.
It's almost every night for me.
Yeah, well, when you work an 8 to 5 and so on and so forth. Next, I have a wife, you know. It's a little different. 1 health for GWC. It's gonna be very weak here. Can be railed off. Can still be railed off. There we go. Finally, he's okay. But yeah, still, you know, let's talk a little bit about the map. You've got the 1 yellow armor that spawns just outside the box here that GWC is actually pointing his crosshair at. Then you have a yellow armor that spawns out in front of the base, kind of the main exit. This is the kind of the lower exit leads to the garden. Let's see if ID how he's gonna exit here. Can grab some health first. And get shot in the ass. Fleischer finds him and takes him down. Waz getting a bit of a touch. Nothing ecstatic. The other power-up is yet to be grabbed. There it is. It's quad for Viju. Now here's the question. Is this going to be a purely defensive quad? It looks like it will be. Good lord, that's sad.
Look at Sean. Never mind. Don't look at Sean. The guy
which part of him?
260. He had 260 health total. You don't see that on Jet Castle. And he gets one quad rail from Viju and dies.
That's pretty funny.
Oh my god. Just call it Viju the Dream Ruiner, because that... Oh my god.
Yeah, this map is very light on armor. You get pretty much one yellow armor goes to your main base D, and then you get lucky if you survive more than 5 seconds after picking up the other yellow armor without taking the damage and losing half of it. So, as you said, that's a really rare occurrence to see anyone stacked above 100 armor on this map. Nice spam by Viju, holding it down so Waz couldn't approach. I always hated playing this position where Viju was. Kind of poking out there because, I don't know, I always felt so vulnerable.
He usually doesn't mind.
Well, it's Viju.
Yeah, I guess for the damage he takes, he deals out about 3 times as much, so it's fun.
Exactly. We got power up spawning. Quad for Brick. Quad for Viju. We're gonna follow Viju.
This is gonna get ugly.
Yeah, he's waiting it out. Oh, an ID almost. How do you walk into that rocket?
That's a lot of quad for Viju.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's gonna get ugly.
Decent dodging. Yeah, didn't barely take any damage there. Still 24 seconds.
Wow. He's gonna have time to cap, come back, cap again, and maybe cap again.
Yeah, this is a smart move here by Viju to wait this out.
Yeah. To be honest with you, oh, there you go.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, well, you could tell like he got the call because he immediately started moving. You know, after kind of being in a holding pattern. Yeah, now finally quad expires after the cap. So really fantastic work there. EG taking it. Looks like they're not going down without a fight. Now Dehang with support. ID kills Brick. This might be cap number 2 if Dehang can push past that choke point.
Just completely messed up the entire blue base. Just killed everybody about 7 times over. So that's going to leave them, I mean, really, really light on D for a long time here. If not the rest of the map, to be honest with you. Because with EG's pressure here, if they keep pushing in like this, there's no time for Brick and Fleischer to get set up on D.
Yeah, no recovery, yeah. Oh, and with that only having the one close yellow armor, I mean, and weapons are all spread out, I mean, there definitely is a possibility. So we'll see. Let's switch over and take a look at how that pressure is working. And actually, we go straight over to ID, which is perfect.
It looks like they might be doing 3D and letting Waz do most of the offensive pushes right now, just for a little bit. Never mind, shut my mouth. Sean pushing in now, taking out Viju. 1 down. GWC's down. So untouched Sean.
Yeah, but he's not going to have any power-ups here, and EG's poised, I think, maybe for both.
Red flag returned.
Fleischer has one, rather. Wow, okay, and Sean gets the other. What the fuck? Okay, Dehang went in for a flag run, that's why. I first saw them heading over, figured they were going for power-up setup. Instead, they were making a push.
Red flag returned.
Poor Sean. Nowhere to go. Yeah, ID with a beautiful pair of rockets. Oh, missed that first rocket. He's going to see if he can get out brute force, though. Fleischer goes down.
Wow. UWC down on Waz able to get that flag. Waz just messed him up.
Yeah, we're going to follow Waz as he makes a run. Pretty weak here, though. And he's been denied the 50 health, so he won't get past the plasma. ID probably won't get past Brick, though. 40, actually, yeah, he will get past Brick. So here it is, cap number 3 for EG. I guess maybe this is EG's turn to shut out Smile. What do you think?
Yeah, I think we want a little bit of payback. Definitely. That was a pretty sad showing on CTF too, so I think they're really gonna come back strong here. And Viju, 24-4 right now. I mean, just a brick wall on defense there. So Fleischer with regen and 80 armor, so we're about to see a very stacked Fleischer. Hopefully he can get a 3-man push coming in here. It's 2 regens. I don't know who the EG players that has that.
It's ID.
Yeah, armorless though.
Yeah, but you know, ID only needs about 2 health to cap.
The Fleischer is stacked to the nuts here. Never mind, not after those rockets.
Yeah, wow. Massive cluster.
Huge rockets from everybody in EG clock.
Yeah, ID definitely gave the announcer a workout in that exchange. That was pretty fun.
So getting close here, about 15 seconds away from the halfway point, and we are looking at a 3-0 lead for EG, and huge pressure coming in here on Brick. The hang going down though. But Brick losing that 50 armor that he just picked up, so a bit weak here on D. Nothing but shards to work with. Let's take a look over here. Offensive side is ID.
Uh-oh. GWC with not enough health to survive almost gives away the flag there. It looks like VG's been able to come back and get the return. So good communication there, but there's definitely a moment of tension where, you know, it's one of those issues where you're like, oh, I got this. I killed the guy, I cleared it out. I'm going to make the return, but you're halfway up the jump pad and you get killed.
Yeah, good communication there too. GWC went down, and there were 2 Smile players in the red base, and I saw there was Viju and ID in red's mid about to push in, and they turned right around and just plus back right into the base and got that flag return. So good communication from GWC.
Well, I mean, the flag was in such a terrible spot because honestly, as soon as you get past these stairwells, you're halfway home.
Yeah.
So, solid work for EG maintaining their shutout on this map. I think it's a bit of retribution for having been shut out on troubled waters.
EG landing right on Waz, but Waz taking him down with the plasma. Has regen too, but he is all alone.
Yeah, but it's 10 seconds of regen, and it's really stacked them up pretty nicely here.
Wow, good movement too, getting through there and railed into Garden. Against his will, I don't think he wanted to go that way, but that's okay.
Yeah. The speed he had, he was going to go straight, but it worked out for him. He's got enough to get the cap, and they are on the board 3-1 as we were hitting 11:30 on the time. And wow, DeHang is barreling ass down the stairs. Misses his opening rocket though. Brick pretty weak, pressured by 2. ID is there. The ID is gone, and Brick just laid down a house worth of smack. That was a very nice bit of defense. Because as you can see, everyone is very weak here. Fleischer will go down to Hang, making his way out. We're going to hop over to him as he dies. And Brick will get the return back over to Waz. And take Garden, looking for an exit. Rocket jumps over center, but doesn't quite pan out for him. That's a nice idea, though.
Yeah, but when it works, it's a better idea.
Yes.
Brick's having a little trouble here. He's 18 and 15 on defense here. It's a bit weak.
Well, there's been constant pressure for the last minute or so.
I mean, he's had his moments. He's had some great D, but that's definitely a bad sign when your D's going down that much. you know that you're doing something wrong and the other team's doing something right. So he's had a little trouble here setting up on D for most of the game, but still doing a good job regardless.
Yeah, about 5 seconds to power ups, or at least blue power up. We'll see how this pans out. Quad and
Pichu, get off my region. Just shot dang straight off the region. And he is going to use it defensively, or maybe for right now, and then going to clear this out, and then he's going to push in.
Well, I'm watching ID, who's very much going on the offense with his quad.
Oh, so both power-ups in EG's hands, I didn't know that. Able to take down Fleisch with the last bit of that quad, and let's see if he can do the same with Brick. Brick does go down, but not to ID, and he's going out guardless. He can get some help there. It looks like his front is a little messed up. I would not... I think
yeah,
okay.
That was a bit telegraphed timing. I mean, it wasn't really any... nothing to really hold up that timing at all, throw anyone off. I mean, you could have just spam rocketed and killed ID there. A little bit of a blunder, not too bad though. Still have 2 cap lead, which isn't much on Japanese castles. You can get back-to-back caps, and this map actually lends itself pretty well to back-to-back caps because if you get a quick cap, then you still have the opportunity to get back, and chances are the defender, say unlike say Troubled Waters, where they're probably going to have 2 yellows to the name by that time, they're only going to have 1 yellow. And you're going to be really lacking in weapons with the way that they're spread out. So we got the hang on the way out. Missing pretty critical rockets against Waz. He will go down. Waz will survive with 68 health.
Dang, plus 40 right back into the base. Takes out Sean. But all of Smile is falling back. It looks like, and Waz able to get the job done as well. Puts right back in. Everybody dies at red power. Jeez, ID gonna be the last one standing, gonna grab that quad.
Yeah.
And let's take a look over. Sean gets the region. So quad for EG and region for Smile, kind of opposite of what they probably wanted.
Mm-hmm.
No, but they know he's there, and they got the D falling back on him. EG able to take him down, so that's both power-ups in the hands of EG right now. Let's take a look at ID. 85 health, can survive a rail. Does take down Fleischer, but unable to get in there in time to really do the quad damage on to the blue D.
Yeah, but got Viju. Or has Viju. I guess, yeah, never mind. Never mind.
ID. Rail from behind after grab that YA, and it has over 80 health.
Sean's clearing it out, man. He's trying to give away the flag to Waz. Nice choice by Waz to wait and get the call from his team about where to go. Uh-oh. A little bit of a mishap there with his movement, and he will get stuffed into a wall.
Some nice rockets there, taking down 2 aggressors. There's 1 more left. Wow, all of EG falls back. Make sure that nothing happens there. And I don't think GWC has a rail. I don't think he's had one much of the game, to be honest with you. Only 33% from him as well. I don't know what the deal is with that. Hopefully VG can bring him one here soon. He can defend his base. Does grab that YA. Not landing many rockets, so he's going to resort to shotgun. And as I say that, I switch over to Fleischer. Fleischer does get the region, takes base white, yellow, and it looks like the power-ups went the opposite way that Smile wanted again. Viju with the quad.
Yeah, and a clean kill against Waz.
Yeah, region for Fleischer. I'm going to go back to him. He lost all of his armor, but still has not broken the 100 health, or gone below, I mean by that. So stacked up a lot of health here.
All for naught because Viju's there with the rail.
Viju doing that thing again.
68% of it, actually. He's doing that thing 68% of the time.
Dream ruining 68% of the time.
Impressive.
69. Oh, back down. So pretty much destroyed in Waz here with a pretty good armor stack for an offensive player here. Hopefully he can make something happen. Out high. He has an escort, takes down Viju, and that should be a cap. If Viju's down, you know you're in good shape. But then again, when ID does that thing. Oh wow, flashing 9 health, able to bring it back.
Just
One
barely.
And Sean, 3 health. If he makes this happen, I will literally crap my pants. Wow, but Waz there, able to grab that flag. What
Oh
happened?
wow, he's ducked over.
Somebody take the flag. No.
Yeah.
Wow, the red base is completely destroyed.
I guess your pants are safe.
Yeah, my pants are safe for now. I don't know. We still got a minute to see what happens. A minute and a half.
Red flag.
Yeah, I mean, you could see like the Hang self-killed in order to make sure he respawned and he was ready to go.
Yeah. If he's taking everything in the red base and make sure that nobody comes in and takes it from it. Not even his own teammates. Just stay off my stuff.
Nice.
But power-ups coming here soon to Hang, getting messed up by Brick, and both of them go down. Brick says, well, if I can't have it, you can't have it either, and I'll just kill everybody. So Sean is going to come back and grab it.
Finally, the blue team though, they're getting double quad. Fleischer and Sean are coming in.
This is the way to do it. Viju
It's
down.
fun. Oh man.
Oh, my God.
Hero hold mode here. ID with the blue flag.
This is a hold my dick moment. Wow. Oh, the plasma.
Whoopsie!
The plasma. Quadded plasma. Oh my god.
And Fleischer gets the return. And Brick
Brick.
is going to do it with just 25 seconds. Wow, 25 seconds left to go. Brick is able to tie us up and send us into an overtime on Japanese castles. That's fantastic. This is actually great because I was getting really tired and kind of falling asleep. It's so sad. Like, dude, I'm old, man. I don't get it.
So old.
Nah, it's seriously because I've been up to 4 a.m. and 3 a.m. the last 2 nights, respectively. Work's kicking my ass, man. It's all good. That being said, we got Brick trying to hold it down. We are in sudden death. We've yet again reached a respawn delay of 3 seconds or more. But you know, as it goes, all the power-ups still stay in play. You just keep on keeping on until finally the cap happens. I'm gonna follow Waz here. Feel like that's the more important flag snag. That's a huge amount of plasma going in on to Hang. He's already been down. Waz might be able to bring this thing home. He's waiting, waiting, checking and waiting. Very nice patience. And there it is, folks. It will indeed be Smile grinning ear to ear as they have taken down the evil geniuses. Not quite smart enough, not quite diabolical enough. And we move on to an amazing, amazing next matchup.